Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Clone Evolution. Today, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but XSplit came out with a new algorithm that apparently gets you a little bit clearer. Because I don't use a green screen, so this is just all an algorithm deleting everything behind me. So apparently I'm going to be more clear now. No, and I got some good news. All my computer parts arrived today, so I should be able to do the show upgrades tomorrow. I was thinking of doing it today. I was like, fuck, I better not, because we broke all the cold records on record again in Canada for the coldest fall ever in recorded history. To go with the coldest spring in recorded history. I didn't get the records for the summer. I think it was an average summer, but still. I was like, man, I guess the carbon tax worked, right? Has nothing to do with the ice age starting. Now, I saw it's funny, like, the government's at the point right now where we could have a flood where everyone's houses are up to the fucking roof in water, and they'd be taxing us for a fucking drought. I swear to God, that's what the government's doing these days. It's almost unreal, but I was thinking, man, that whole opposite prophecy, it's fitting in so perfectly. It's so funny. Well, funny in a fucking horrific way. Alright, so let's continue on with the Bitcoin casino spin. We're up to 39,590. Let's give it a roll, shall we? 39,612. Woohoo! Yeah, that makes me happy when times are gray. Alright, so what else do we got? Oh yeah, we got some Clone Evolution news, but before I get to that, we got some comments from the viewers in the YouTube chat. But before we get into all that, I'll get the game going to some degree, so we have something to watch while we check it out. Check it out. First, we'll try to clone Hitler. God, I don't know how long we've been trying to clone Hitler for now, but I was checking in the Darwin Center today, and man, I got a whole bunch of heroes that all need Hitler clones. So it's like, man, he's my number one that I need right now, and I already had him once, and I got rid of him because I thought I'd never need him. Well, I better never go back into the archive and watch those shows. It'll make me sick, all the heroes that I got rid of. No, who was it? Yeah, I got a bunch of more news. We'll get to it in a second. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Now that I've added, drawing a blank. I get multiple names screwed up. Oh yeah, it is. It's Suki. Yeah, so now that I've added Suki as a friend, she keeps sending me the awesome roses. So big shout out to Suki. Thanks again. Let's give her another 100 roses back. Now, if you guys want me to send you 100 roses each time or 100 jewels worth, I don't think I can afford it because it's a little bit pricey, but I'll keep sending these other ones. I can't believe Suki's level is only 60. Well, like people are saying, she has 2 accounts going, right? Now, that was someone was telling me in the chat in Facebook, I believe, that Suki's other account, I guess Luna, she's one of the strongest characters in the game, that she could actually win in the, what is it called, the Hunger Games? I don't know if that's true or not, I haven't confirmed it, but man, I wouldn't be surprised. She does seem like a pro. Now, I got some viewers that are giving me advice about how to do different things, so I better read that and try to figure it out. If I get stuck, maybe I'll ask you guys for help. Supply Depot, I think I just claimed it, yeah. I was playing at around 7 o'clock today. Now, I was busy again during the day today. Basically, well, not really that busy. Just lounging around the house, doing my uncle's stuff because, man, I was freaking tired. Last night I stayed up till 4 in the morning again trimming pot plants. It's kind of weird. It's like, what did I spend my sober October doing? Most of the time trimming weed. Got pounds and pounds of weed and can't smoke any of it because of sober October. But it's good because, man, I really needed it. I had reached the point where I'd smoked so much I couldn't even get a buzz from it anymore, or vaporized too much. And I got a lot of shit done. This has been reasonably productive. Not as much as I had hoped. God, there's a whole bunch of other things I wanted to finish, and it's just not going to happen because the fucking weather's not cooperating. I had to clean out my workshop to help my roommates, and yeah, it didn't go so well because I got to clean everything out of the workshop, put it outside so I can clean the workshop, sort out the junk, and then put the good stuff back in. But I can't do that if it's fucking pouring rain outside every day. Man, our weather is so fucked right now. It is really feeling like the beginning of the Ice Age. I don't know how many people are still going to buy into paying the carbon tax to make it colder when we're smashing all cold records on record. Cold temperatures on record, that's what I should say. So it is pretty interesting to watch like everything turn opposite and how everyone reacts to it. I don't know, if I didn't know it was coming, I'd be freaking out. Like, what the hell's with all these opposites? It's so annoying. But then it's like, oh yeah, the prophecy. It's like, it's actually good. Now, how the prophecy went is that everything was supposed to turn opposite each time before going into the next golden age. So technically, that's why there's a good chance that everything is so fucked. It's because there's a lot of good shit coming. Hoping. Although in a way, I don't even want too much good shit because, man, I kind of thrive in chaos, so having everything turn opposite, as much as it is stressful, I kind of crave it in a way. If everything was a paradise, I'd probably be sick of it, go move to some war-torn country. Now I can just live in Canada. Nah, I shouldn't say we're as bad as a war-torn country. That's not very nice, because a lot of people are dying in places. I don't know, it's 2 episodes in a row I keep saying really horrible shit. Sorry, guys. Nah, but what else is new? Once we get that battle going, what else is new? Me saying horrible shit. Oh man, no, I was watching Alex Jones on, well, a different Alex Jones. I'm not allowed to say his name on YouTube, but apparently Joe Rogan's still allowed to have him and air him on episodes. It's probably because they can't take a show down without taking like a huge fucking hit in the media. Yeah, so I was watching someone not named Alex Jones. Or someone with named Alex Jones who's no relation to the conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Just someone with the same name, I swear. Now, so he was going on with Joe about everything they had talked about that was going to happen last episode and how much of it came to pass. And he's got like a flawless record on almost everything. The only thing he's ever gotten wrong really is the Sandy Hook thing, which he apologized for being wrong. It's not like he can be a flawless record, right? Like, people are going to make mistakes when they're trying to predict shit. Now, I'm not really big into the conspiracy theories, so it kind of pisses me off in a way. I like the days when Alex Jones was wrong about everything. It was kind of nicer. Alright, let's do a dungeon battle first. We can do that while we cover the news. I'm going to get my ass whooped here anyway, so it doesn't really matter what happens in the battle. Whooped! Alright, so while that plays, I'll bring up the comments. Let's see if the comments will read or open today, or I'll just do it this way. I have to remember to pause it and mute it so it doesn't get ridiculous. Right, so far the show from yesterday's got 5 likes. Not too bad. Wizard the Board Time Lord posted some stuff about TurboGrafx 16. Yeah, I was asking viewer questions about that. God, if I had a fucking nightmare setting it up. Alright, so we gotta get some other shit going here. What should we do? Bit of Expedition? Usually that's somewhat stable. Actually, when I was playing this last time it crashed. What am I talking? Dear God, why are these weak heroes? Oh yeah, because I almost didn't beat the gold chest last time. It actually took my team of backup heroes. But man, my team of backup heroes is almost all healers and tanks now. So when I go in there and fight, the other teams just can't beat me. Well, I should have just probably jinxed it now, but they're having a rough go because every time they hit me, a healer would go. And then they'd hit me and a healer would go. So unless it was like they could kill me in one hit, there was no way they could beat me. So yeah, that's why I was able to use the backup team, did some decent damage. Alright, so let's finish reading the comments here. Wizard the Board Time Lord put T16, and that's TurboGrafx 16 game. He liked Ninja Spirit, Alien Crush, Devil Crush, Bonk 1/3, Air Zonk, Star Soldiers, Entropia 1 and 2, Legendary Axe 1 and 2, the Bomberman series, Sidearms, just to name a few. Now I was thinking that's not a bad list. There's a few of these I owned at one point because I had the TurboGrafx 16, and he's right, and some of these games are good. The only issue I have with the Bomberman series on TurboGrafx 16, maybe I'll have to play it again for more details to remember, but from what I remember, it's very similar to every Bomberman. Like, I don't know, what was it? Oh, from NES? I think no, Super Nintendo came out with a few decent modifications. Dreamcast came out with a few, or Saturn had decent modifications where you could ride animals and stuff. But the issue I find is basic Bomberman, I've played it to death. So unless they make some sort of significant changes to it, it's not really playable for me because I'm like, man, I can't go back and play something I've already played to death. Like back in the day when we used to party with my friends all the time, one of the main games we had going was always Bomberman. Bomberman, Bomberman, Bomberman. And people hated playing me in it because, well, I had the one strategy where I did like the Houdini trick where I basically just collect items as much as I could and try to hide as much as I could so that most people wouldn't even really notice me until it came down to the end, and then usually I'd wipe them out as soon as the timer came or when it came down to 1 versus 1. So I'd put together huge winning streaks and people would get pissed off. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to win, right? Oh yeah, and the other good news I got about the show is I found out that it's only 42 gigs, well only, to record an hour of 4K video. So once I got the new hard drive and the 4K monitor, it shouldn't be an issue. I think 4K gaming is coming. I fucking jinxed that, didn't I? Totally breaking my computer. Now I'm not very good at putting parts in computers, and normally I hire my friends to do it, but everyone's busy and the whole lockdown rule, so really I gotta try it on my own. Oh god, I hope I don't break my computer. Man. Anyways. Yeah, so those are some good titles. I'm gonna check it out. The only thing that happened is yesterday when I got my NVIDIA Shield, I started to figure it out. I find someone who finally put the explanation of how to get the ROMs working. And these are ones I already own, so it's nothing illegal. Like the actual original games I saved since I was a kid. So playing them apparently on the NVIDIA Shield isn't illegal. But anyways, yeah, what happened is you had to take the BIOS and put it in the folder. And I kept putting it in the folder with the games. But then they're like, no, not that folder. I found out by watching another video. They're like, you gotta go into the emulator, not the emulator, the platform that runs the emulators. I forget what that's called. But anyways, you gotta put it in that folder, and then they have a folder for the BIOS there. I was like, oh, thank you. Someone fucking specified where the BIOS goes. Just saying put it in the folder didn't really narrow it down. There's fucking hundreds of folders. So yeah, then I tried putting it in the right folder. Boom, everything started working. I was like, oh my god, thank to God, I finally got the Shield working. And then as I started going, it's like system failing. Internal memory 0. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. This whole process that I had to redo everything, what I did is I mounted a 2 terabyte external drive and was supposed to use it as internal storage, like connecting it. And it was. But instead, everything I'm saving is always saving to the internal still. Even though I have the external, filled it up and can't use it. So I'm looking at where I gotta install everything from scratch, which wouldn't even be that big of a problem. But I can't get it to save anything to the external. It still keeps going internal every time. So I contacted customer support NVIDIA, actually talked to a live agent. He has no idea how to do it. I'm like, well, why the hell are you doing customer support then? Isn't this the most basic problem? Like, you guys put like a fucking peanuts fucking hard drive, like 20 gigs in the internal, And obviously people are going to run out of fucking memory. Shouldn't you have at least like one page specifically explaining how to set up the external? For God's sakes, no. What they got is like just agents on customer support. They're like, oh, just install the external and mount it, and there you go. I'm like, I already did that, but it didn't fix the problem. It's still saving it to the internal. Fuck. So if anyone has the Shield TV and you know how to fix that, let me know. I posted in the forum and I'm hoping someone there knows. Dear God, that thing is so expensive and I spent so much setting it up and I can't even use it because for some reason it doesn't function with the external drive being mounted. Like I can still save files to it back and forth. I could save movies, everything. Everything's working with the external. It's totally mounted. You can see the files, everything. I just can't save anything to it. There's no option. You know, when you go to Google Play Store and you want to click an app, guess what button it gives you? It says 1 to install. Click it. Where does it do? It installs it to the internal. I'm like, well, that's great. Now my internal's full and I can't use the system. Great. Well designed, NVIDIA. That's the one thing I hoped with buying an NVIDIA console is they would fucking sort that shit out and not have to deal with bullshit all the time. But I'm assuming it's just something I did wrong. And probably everyone else is having a fucking peachy time with it. Victimhood. It's all me. Alright, so let's get on to some other questions from the viewers. We got What's Up Q. He says, when you make up a guild name, is What's Up Q in Clone Evolution? I will want to join. Yeah, it's a pretty good comment. Alright, so here's one from Barney Stinson. I like this guy. He said he's got some advice on how to beat the game even better. It says you can buy infinite coupon. I don't know what that means. In Bounty. Click deal in the merchant occurs sometimes. Alright, so we'll try that on the bounty missions. I'm not sure exactly what he means. I know I've seen that option before, and it's usually deal with the merchant, but then they take stuff from you. I'm like, I'm not taking any, or dealing with him if he's going to take shit from me. And I don't know what he means by infinite coupon. It sounds good. Whoops, I clicked dislike. So there, now I put like and love. Spread the love. I need to work on that. Yeah, there's lots of things I'm still working on these days, guys. I definitely don't claim to be perfect, far from it. Alright, so that was pretty sweet. Got all the questions from the viewers done. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. What else news was there? Oh yeah, just the news about how they were saying that, what's her name? Fuck, man. Brain is not working. I need to eat more. Can't fire memories again. Luna, that's it. If Luna is, could be one of the most uber players in the game, even able to compete in the Hunger Games. So that's pretty sweet. I wonder if she really is. If anyone could confirm it, maybe post a screenshot. I think someone did post a screenshot. I didn't even get time to look. No, I've been so tired. I took a long nap today because, man, I was fucking so asleep. I've only got 2 sets of my 100 sit-ups in today, so I still got another 100 to go after the show, and I'm drained. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll probably maybe watch my favorite fighters lose in UFC, and then bam, I'll have tons of energy. Yeah, what other news was there? I think I heard some pretty cool video game news. For some reason I can't remember it. Wonder why. Wish I could blame the weed. How many more days do we got till Sober October's over? Oh, we got a failure. 6 days. Fuck, so much to do in 6 days. Alright, well, this is loading. I'll make sure to load up the results from the diet thing. I got some good news to report on that. So we'll try to change this into a Chinese farmer situation. Alright, let's check it out. We're back, and I got some more information about some good news for today. We don't get enough good news these days, so let's check some out. No, my Sober October was not in vain. I was hoping to reach under the 200 pound mark, and I did it today. But actually by a fair margin. I was kind of surprised. Well, I was thinking, yeah, I'm starting to get lightheaded from not eating enough, so I better fucking lose some weight. Jeez, if I did all that damage to my memory and for nothing, that'd be a piss off. So let's see what else I got to do. I got to make it under 194.8 in order to reach a normal weight. And that's pretty good for this and all. What else? Oh, I'm high in protein. So I was thinking I had been eating too much protein lately. Isn't that weird, eh? I've been fasting, I'm low in fucking brain energy, but yet my protein is through the roof. Alright, so come on, go back, son of a bitch. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh shit. What the fuck? There we go. Alright, so yeah, the only other things, I guess I'm still quite a bit. How much more do I need? Holy fuck, man. My skin is just loaded with fat still, so I'll have to get that down. Body mass index. Really don't understand that one. Alright, so let's get back to the clone evolution. But just to share the results, I had to prove it because, man, people probably aren't going to believe me. No, I don't even believe it myself, so yeah, I don't blame you guys for not believing if you don't. Now, in showing the actual results will keep me honest about it. It's like Santa Claus watching me. He always keeps me on my best behavior. Alright, so yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, let's go back to clone evolution. Alright, so what do we got? Some tavern stuff. Now, I'm interested to see how the show looks in 4K. Because I was thinking when I go to invite some new guests on the show to do podcast, if I tell them, guys, not only are we doing the show live, but we'll be able to go live in 4K, I think they're going to be a little bit impressed, because a lot of shows these days have an issue even running 720 4K or live, or even 1080 live. So I don't want to get my hopes up, but man, if everything goes well with my installation tomorrow, we might have live shows in 4K. Can you imagine? Now, my webcam is already in 4K, but I'm kind of worried what it's going to look like in true 4K. Man, I'm going to look like 70. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. The other weight loss goals, the reason I'm happy is like, my next real goal is 189. And once I'm into the 180s, that's when my body starts to feel athletic. Like I start to feel like a pro athlete. Like got more energy than my body requires to do stuff with like ease. Like I'll be able to do chin-ups no problem. So yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to. And it's also around the weight, or yeah, I guess once I get down to around 175, or no, 179, that's when I can look in the mirror without throwing up. So I'm really looking forward to that. Not that I want to stare in the mirror all day, but it gotta be nice not to be horrified every time I get out of the shower and be like, ah! That'll be a boost of confidence for me. I won't have like so much anxiety about fucking dating babes. That's one thing, if you're dating babes, you almost have to have it to the point where you're not obese slob. Kind of makes it easier, the whole relationship. That's why I often laugh when like guys are like, why can't I find hot chicks that'll date me? I'm like, have you looked in the mirror lately? It's like, maybe if you're not like obese, it might be a little bit of a an incentive for them to date you. Yeah, we were joking about dating. Yeah, that was like the way the lockdown situation's going. Countries are continuing to make the lockdown more and more strict. I heard that Belgium is running out of beds, but they were saying that they could run out of intensive care beds in the future. And I'm like, how many of those beds are COVID patients, or how many are people that had elective surgeries canceled? Now they're getting backed up because the fucking elective surgeries canceled everything, creating a huge backup. So I don't know, maybe that's what they meant. I'll have to try to find out more into that. So who knows, everyone advocating for the lockdowns, I'll admit it, if you guys are right. If we see millions of dead bodies that we can see from space, then you guys are victorious. Well, I shouldn't joke about millions of dead bodies, but I'm trying to get through life with not getting overly stressed, right? And the best key to beating stress is having a little bit of a sense of humor. Just because we're going to hell in a handbasket doesn't mean we can't enjoy the trip on the way. I think Vinny Eastwood's show, he has a quote similar to that. I was trying to paraphrase it, but I probably butchered it. Not in like a steak way. I don't know what the high protein could be from. I'm barely eating any meat. It's like, I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess I did plow back some beef. That's what did it. Nice. Beef is like really good for protein, eh? Alright, Space Shuttle or fucking Casino Royale. God, I hate Casino Royale. Should I try it once just for the hell of it so I don't have to waste my fucking turn and use a Space Shuttle? Haven't done one in a while. 3 bullets, fuck that. I'd rather use the Space Shuttle than that. Alright, let's try to remember the viewer's comment, what he was saying. Oh fuck, we're on mission 3 and I haven't done anything. You son of a fuck whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh man. Alright, so yeah, keep things positive. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Oh yeah, Alex Jones. That's nice and positive. No, Alex Jones was on Joe Rogan's show and he was just getting hammered. It's like he drank a whole bottle of hard liquor and he was just ranting incoherently. He's trying to get Joe to drink too, and then Joe's like, no man, I can't. It's fucking sober October. It's like every 10 minutes, Alex Jones like, man, drink, drink, drink. And then he's like, put the bottle down, Alex. It's pretty funny. No, but Alex Jones has reached the point where he even said he doesn't like to talk about conspiracies anymore, probably because so much of it's come true. It's a bit annoying. It's more fun to talk about conspiracies when it's like Santa Claus and you don't ever have to worry about it coming true. But now that it is, it's like, oh god, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm like so anti-conspiracy these days, it's like no tomorrow. Like I don't like think that there's like a conspiracy. I think it's the creator's plan. That's the only real conspiracy I believe in. Sure, there's some criminal organizations and stuff, but are they running the world? I highly doubt that. I think the creator could fucking destroy them in a moment's notice, so I don't think we have to worry about some Illuminati plotting against us. Jinx. Alright, so yeah, what else was new with Alex Jones? Yeah, I can't remember too much that he was talking about that was interesting. Oh, the one thing I did look up, I was surprised that it was real. I'd heard different like shows talking about Agenda 21. I'm like, sure, Agenda 21. The global elite trying to restructure society into a cashless society and taking away all of our rights and freedoms and making it so we can't own property and putting us on a universal income. But, man, I happened to look it up. I was like, holy fuck, Agenda 21 is an actual document from the UN. And they've been already like working on it for decades. I was like, oh god. So that's why I'm starting to see that when people are saying the UN is like really dangerous and you gotta watch them. I was like, oh, what could the UN be planning? Can't be that bad. And I seen Agenda 21, I was like, holy fuck. So I don't know, everyone that was saying that leaked Trudeau document or whatever from his cabinet was fake. Okay, here is the good merchant. Is that what the guy was saying? He's like, go to deal. Oh god, I'm not giving him jewels. That's for sure. So yeah, he said keep checking the merchant, I think, and eventually he has a better deal. Something like that. So I'll keep checking it like he said. Hopefully my viewers are right. Oh yeah, a lot of people like the guild name, so I appreciate everyone for picking that. That was sweet. I don't know, I'm trying to not be so egotistical or narcissist, so in a way I was kind of upset with the name at first, but it's like it is kind of catchy and funny at the same time. And I was looking at the Zoolander character and he is kind of like a joke, so it's like, yeah, that's not too egotistical, making a joke of myself. So yeah, I like the name. No, it's hard enough when you're doing like a YouTube show every day. It's kind of like taking like 2 hours worth of selfies every day. It's like, oh god, I don't want any more egotistical shit. God. Now, when you count the Entropia game, that's what I was thinking. Won't it be funny once I upgrade the show to 4K if it's successful? Because I'll be creating 50 gigs of content for each show each day. So that's 100 gigs. So that means I'll be uploading over a terabyte a fucking week to YouTube. So is that right? No. 100 times 7? No, because then it'll be 700. So every 2 weeks it'll be a terabyte and a half. That's, I think, more accurate. Sorry, my math is horrible. I used to love taking math classes, but every time the teacher's like, man, stop putting up your hand. You're getting it wrong like every time. Everyone else in the class was always too nervous to put up their hand. And my math class was right after my 2 hours, my 2 spare back to back. I would just go home, get wasted, and lift weights the entire break. So for like 3 hours, I'd be getting wasted and lifting weights every school day. Then after that, I would come to math class, and I was just raring to go. So everyone else was too nervous to give answers in the class, and no one else was doing the homework. Here I was doing all the homework, giving all the answers, and still getting it wrong and failing the class. And I always was kind of mad at my math teacher for that, because he would give me low participation scores on the report card. I'm like, buddy, I have my hand up for every question. It's like, how can you give me a low participation mark? And that was the year I got fucking a perfect attendance. So I was like, man, you should at least give me like an 80% for perfect, or for participation. Jackass. Maybe it was too much participation. He took away points for it. Man, was there ever a lot of hot chicks in that math class? Man, I miss high school. I should really go back to university. Tons of smoking Asian babes in the universities, but I don't know if I could actually get in because they're all so much smarter than me. Yeah, unless there's some class I could take, maybe some sort of physical ed class, then I'd be able to. Yeah, but then there's probably not going to be too many babes, then it'll just be guys. Need a plan. Now I'm really starting to miss the idea of being able to go out and vlogging and talking to people and interacting on the streets with viewers and stuff, but I don't know, maybe this lockdown will be over in our lifetime. I just pray that it is. I'm hoping like after the election it just vanishes. That's what I'm hoping. They'll be like, oh shit, it was the flu all along. They were almost hinting at that this week already, so I was like, yeah, I guess it is a possibility. They're saying that they started testing the positives to see if they had the flu. And they're like, oh shit, they had the flu and it triggered a positive COVID test. So I was like, oh, thank God, maybe it's a whole bunch of those. Not like that it's going to mutate into some stronger virus and wipe out humanity. Now, what was the other thing? There was a kid who had a party. I could see the kid's point. He's like, there's already 50 people meeting up in his school all the time for classes and stuff. So why the fuck can't he have a party? And then, yeah, what did they give him? Something like $80,000 in fines. So now there's some kid in high school that's $80,000 in debt because of the lockdown. Because they caught his party. Can you imagine? I don't know, if I was that kid, I'd bring the human rights thing. I'd be like, look, guy, section, like, what is it, 20 and section 30. I'm allowed to fucking peacefully assemble, and it says you can't change that law for any reason, even pandemics. So right there, you fucking jackass courts. No, hopefully the court system will uphold human rights. I'm really worried that the courts are going to start throwing human rights in the garbage. That's when it starts getting a little concerning, right? Like, I don't know, whatever judge is in office and doesn't uphold human rights, we need to have them replaced as judges, legally, obviously. That's a big one. In Canada, you can't say anything mean about judges or the cops show up at your door like overnight. And I've actually known a lot of judges over the years. Most of them are really reasonable. Like, they have to deal with a lot of shit in life, but man, when you talk to them like, just like man to man sort of thing, they're like good people. So yeah, I definitely don't got anything against judges. And even if I did, I wouldn't be allowed to tell you. Now, this one judge I knew, he was nice to me every time I met him. Because my old job, I was shining shoes, so I would be shining his shoes pretty often. Yeah, he was nice to the shoe shiners, so give him that. Never faced him in court, probably wouldn't want to, but yeah, he seemed like he had me inside, but I'd never seen it. It's like every time I seen him, he was like a saint, which kind of made me a little paranoid. I was like, holy shit, what is he like at court? Complete opposite, maybe. Now, I think what it is when you're a judge, you probably dealt with so much bullshit all day, every day, that when you're not in court, you're like, oh, I'm going to relax and be nice to everyone, right? like a total opposite stress relief from your normal day. Like they say, never date not a prostitute, I was going to say a porn star. Yeah, because porn stars apparently are like really mild in bed and they don't want to do anything wild because, man, look what they've been doing all day at work. I don't know how true that is. I've never dated a porn star. But not that I know of, anyways. Alright, so this is a horrible battle. Come on, Jane Austen, fucking heal us. Heal us, Jane. Oh, you bitch! I can't believe she didn't heal us in time. What a bitch. There we go. Let's try skipping it, see if I can win. Yeah! Can't believe that worked. Well, actually I can. I've used it a few days in a row now. Whew, that was close. Pretty sure if I let that battle play out, I was going to get my ass whooped. Has anyone else been using that as a trick? I don't know, I shouldn't be sharing exploits. I don't think it's an exploit. As far as I know, I'm just hitting the skip button, so it's not breaking the rules at all, right? Now, I got that one song stuck in my head that's, it's not the drugs. It's definitely ain't the drugs this time. It's not the weather. He just feels good today. That's what I was thinking, man. Not to jinx it, but today I actually had a lot of decent occurrences, so hopefully my house doesn't burn down. Knock on wood. Don't want to fucking change the direction things are going drastically. You know, we'll really see. Tomorrow will be the kicker. If I try to install the new monitor and new hard drive and my computer's busted, could be, you'll figure out why I haven't recorded. Tomorrow's the big day. Yeah, so pray for me, guys. Well, I don't say pray, because we gotta save our prayers for when people are dying and shit, but maybe you just want to wish me well, keep your fingers crossed, use the pagan luck. Yeah, it's a little bit better than praying for useless shit. No, really nothing in life matters unless you can still live, right? Like, you never realize how important your health is until you don't have it, and you're like, holy shit, nothing else matters. Money doesn't matter, babes don't matter, as long as you fucking got your health. Or even your family and friends' health too, right? Like, not to be so narcissistical. Alright, man, I really want those 3 tokens, but I don't think I'm going to have enough because we're only at 48 hours, or roughly 2 days to go. I guess I could just plow through a bunch, but man, I want to save bullets. And saving the bullets and not getting those 3 will be worth it, because next time I can get the gold and the heroes. That'd be sweet. Hopefully next time. Not that I jinxed it. Get the jinx on. I'm just going to close everything on my phone there in case anything was causing noise or interference. Now, I was worried about names that violate the game's policy, but I noticed a lot of the people's names are blowjob, right? So I probably shouldn't have to worry. Not what I'm talking about has nothing to do with sex, that's just a job where someone's blowing dust away, right? That's their job. Yeah, they're cleaning computers, that's it. They have to blow it away, and that's their job. Clean all the dust, blow it away. Right, YouTube? Censorship. Yeah, let's try fighting Grey Power. He sounds evil. He's gonna kill me. Just watch. Oh, I got him. Alright. Now I was walking past my old school. Oh, hey, Ninja, part of the Lelanders. Right, now I'll be able to recognize people in my guild because it has my name. Holy shit. Ninja's at 168. We're almost the same level. I wonder what his team's like. I'm gonna check it out. Holy shit. Man, he's got an Uber team. He must have bought the VIP pack pretty early, right? Like, how the hell, what level am I at? I'm only like, let's see, 10, 5, so 15 levels behind him. And man, he's like light years ahead of me in heroes. Yeah, so congrats, Ninja. Man, you're super strong. Oh yeah, I was supposed to check out the guild chat. Ah, fucking whore. Fucking crashed again. Alright, at least no boobs on the screen. And we still got lots of time, so I'll just pause it. We'll be back in a sec, guys. Alright, we're back. No, what I found out is someone posted in the Clone Evolution page. They're showing an example of what that person was talking about getting a good deal from the merchant. Check this out. I'll show you guys what it is. Yeah, so there is some good deals. Let's check it. 375 jewels for 36 of those punch things. So that's a really good deal when you compare it to how long it takes to buy them one by one from that fucking store. That takes forever, right? So sweet. Thanks again, viewers, for giving some awesome information for the show. Alright, so let's continue the show on. I think there was something else funny, but I already forgot. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, ni hao, or ni hao ma. Now I've been working on watching Chinese tutorial videos, because I figured, man, so many Chinese people in my city now, I might as well stop bitching about it and just learn to speak some Chinese. At least so I can function at the markets, because like, man, there's so many nice markets here, like TNT, that have amazing Chinese food, like actually imported from China. No English on it, all like, and a lot of the employees in the store don't speak a word of English, or they just choose not to, I guess. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, man, I should really learn a couple words here and there. And God, I love how easy it is to learn Chinese. I heard some people talking about how it's so hard, and I was like, I don't know. I've tried other languages like German and French and what is the other one? Welsh. Man, Welsh is a hard one. And it was neat. Some of the same words that I was learning in Welsh actually helped in Chinese. So I was like, all right. So it wasn't a complete waste learning Welsh. Now I only learned like basic greetings in Welsh. What was it? Huil or Simai. So it almost sounds like leprechaun talk, but that WHI, I think I noticed it in a couple of Chinese words already. Like the hui. So I was like, all right. And the other thing I like about Chinese is it's hard to mumble it. That's one thing I don't like about English language. A lot of times when I speak English, well, obviously most 99% of the time, is that I mumble too much. And it's because of the vocabulary. It's very easy to mumble a lot of the words, the way they're pronounced. So it was nice to get some words in Chinese that are easier to clearly pronounce for me. Like ni hao. What was that? The greeting for hello. And ni hao ma was how are you? So I was like, all right. And the other thing I was happy about is I was able to put some stuff into my long-term memory rather easily. So I was getting really frustrated that my short-term memory is fucked, but thank God, at least my long-term memory isn't that bad. Yeah, and then they started explaining how to count numbers. I was like, all right, the number part, I got up to 10, not so bad. I'm going to have to watch a few videos of it because I can't really repronounce it, but I was starting to understand how to write the numbers. I was like, holy shit, 1, 2, and 3. And then 4 wasn't that hard. Like 1, 2, 3 is basically just the Roman numerals drawn in Chinese characters. And then what was it? 4 kind of looked like the pi symbol. So I could remember that easy because like pi and 3.14, it's got the 4 in there, makes it easier to remember. I don't know, numbers isn't so bad when I tried to learn other languages. I guess I didn't learn German numbers, but I learned Bulgarian numbers. And then I found out they were very similar to, what was it, Russian ones too. I was surprised too because I only practiced that for like a month or two back when I was trying to impress Bulgarian chicks. And I never really got to practice it ever, and then I didn't use it for years. And I was wondering if I would have completely forgotten, but I was able to retain some of it. Let's see, 2... Should I give him a good beating? I think I can. I think I can. Famous last words, right? Let's give it a try. Alright, so Bulgarian numbers, what was it? Nula, Edno, Dvi, Tree, Cheddary, Pet, Chest, No, I said that wrong already. Nula 0, Edno, Dv, Tree, or no, yeah, Tree, Cheddary, Pet, Chest, Sedum, Awesome, Devit, Desit. I think I said it right or wrong. I think I got, what is it, 4 wrong. But not so bad. Now when I practiced it just a few seconds ago, I aced it. And of course when I'm fucking recording, that's when I screwed it up. I swear. No, and then the way that they pronounce numbers in Chinese going into higher decimals and stuff, like 10. Like, I don't know if you heard about French, but man, is it ever, I don't want to make fun of it, but oh man, is it dumb when it comes to numbers. But the way the Chinese numbers increase, it makes it very basic and a lot easier to understand compared to French numbers. Dear God. I don't know how French people do. Well, I think what it is French people tend to have really high intelligence. I've noticed that. I don't know if it's because of their language or their food or what it is, but yeah, they seem to have like way higher IQs than English people. I think that's why English and French people fight so much, is there is like a lot that we disagree about. Like, what was the French numbers for 20? It's like 20 plus the number. You have to say that. And then what was it in Chinese? It would just be 2 and then the next number. So you'd be like, say 2-5 instead of saying 20 plus 5. So yeah, it's weird how like even other languages are very similar in French and or in Chinese, that they have the way of combinating numbers or combining. Combinating. Now what I want to learn in Chinese is the basic greetings and then how to ask for a better price. Because a lot of cases I'll be going to haggle with people, and if I could actually say it in their own language, I might get a better price. Hoping. Well, yeah, and then was the other thing when they're explaining how to say other names of countries. God, I could barely pronounce it, but after they explained it and then started saying other countries' names, I was understanding the countries' names. I'm like, holy shit. At least I can't fucking say it, but I'm at the point where I can understand it already. If someone else said it, I could at least make out what they're saying. Wasn't the name for Germany funny? Was it De Gong or something? It was like De. And I was like, where does De come from? They're like, oh, because of Deutschland, and that's how they say Germany in German. So they use the De part. But I was like, duh, makes it sound dumb, right? Like, duh. It's like, bitter sprechen Sie langsam. Wie ist Ihr Namen, bitte? Funifikier offen. No, I was working for a German guy, and I was really rusty at my German, and he said that he wanted to speak German to someone, but I was too nervous to try it with them. I really should have. Wusen Sie her? Ich bin Haus Kitchener. No, for my German, it was when I was living in an apartment building. I just used to let the How to Speak German tutorials by Charles Berlitz play on my computer while I was sleeping. And sometimes I'd wake up and I'd know like sentences, and I'd be like, what the fuck? So I don't even remember studying it. I always wondered if that trick would work, and I guess it doesn't really work that great, but I don't know, some of it worked a little. Yeah, what is it? Fischtech, Mittig Essen, and Ardenessen. I was like, I should gotta remember the food, right? Or Gnädige Frau. Lady in German. No, that was bad. When when the hot waitresses would walk past the lunchroom at work, I would talk to my other friend in German who could speak German. And I'd always be like, Funifikier often. I think it means, roughly translates to all lanes open to traffic. And if anyone said, man, that was mean, I'd be like, oh, I'm just learning German, sorry. I might have pronounced something wrong. I meant something nice, I swear. Yeah, I used to know how to say, do you want to go outside for a cigarette, but I can't remember that one. What was it? I'll have to listen to his tape again to remember. Now, I don't know how much longer I'll spend trying to learn Chinese. I'll probably just stick with the basics. I know some friends of mine are from the Philippines, and I was like, I don't know, do they speak any part of Chinese, or is that like a whole different language there? It's probably a different language, right? Yeah, and I guess Chinese has more than different dialects. I think they were mentioning different accents, like having like a city accent or a northerner accent. Oh, and then how slight changes you have to say in order to speak to the elders. Like instead of ni hao, it would be nin hao if you were trying to speak to an elder. It's like, man, that's fucking pretty confusing, but maybe I could remember it. Oh yeah, I gotta switch over these heroes a little bit. Oh, I still got the victory. That wasn't so bad. Maybe because I skipped it. Now I was trying to get the Chinese bye-bye, or goodbye, but then I found out they even adapted some English words for it, so now you can actually say, what is it? Or no, that was the other one for Bulgarian, where they say ciao for goodbye. And I was like, I guess maybe that's Italian? I can't remember. Now, it's so fascinating, different languages. That's one thing I wanted to do. If I ever made it to the creator, and by going to Dreamer's Rock and could ask him for some ability to unlock, because that's usually what the shaman do when they go there and meet the creator, I would probably ask him for the language gift, just so I could speak different languages to everyone. That'd be really fun for doing podcasting, right? If I could all of a sudden just speak to all my guests in their native languages, I'd be like, holy, that'd be the best ever. I guess technically I could just learn it, but I don't know, my memory is pretty limited about how much I can pour in there. So, I can't really pour in like 20 languages, probably not going to be the greatest. I'll forget what boobs look like. I have to have my priorities straight. Now, it should be very easy to practice my Chinese. When I get my bike fixed again, I'll just keep biking past the university. And there's always Chinese people always speaking around, so now I can eavesdrop a little. I'll only understand a word or two occasionally, but at least it's better than nothing. Now, I think maybe next I'm going to work on the numbers, so I can be able to ask girls for their number. Women, I should specify. I don't know. The whole not being able to date with the lockdown is getting ridiculous. I can't believe that anyone ever agreed to that rule. It must have been single or married people making up these rules, right? There's no one in their right mind who's single and be like, okay, let's make dating illegal. Alright, let's skip ahead here. I don't want to spend too much more time on this. Holy shit, show's wrapping up. Now, I think Spanish is one of the languages I'm going to have to learn eventually too, because the more I watch videos about Mexico, man, do I want to go to Mexico. My dad's told me off, geez, almost everyone I know who's gone to Mexico has some awful horror stories, where they're almost killed and robbed at gunpoint, but it's like, still, it looks like fun. Yeah, the guys I was watching, they were filming everything they were doing, and then they were saying that the cartels were leaving them alone. And I was like, well, I wonder if it has something to do with carrying a camera around, filming everything everywhere you go, right? How would the cartel know if you were live streaming or not? Now, my dad has a history of getting into trouble wherever he goes. Yeah, I meant to explain it to him. He didn't realize that when he went to Mexico that that internet meme had begun. What is it, like one of the 4chan forums? They were saying they created a joke where they change normal everyday symbols and tell people it means white power, and then see if like enough people would start believing that it meant white power, that it would start spreading everywhere that that's what it actually means. So what they did is they changed the OK symbol. And I can't even do it on my video, I guess, because now I'll get it taken down. But when I was a kid, the OK symbol meant asshole as a joke, right? Like ASS hole, like the 3 fingers and then the hole. The hole. So anyways, gotta get my mind out of the gutter. So my dad didn't even know about asshole. He just thought that the OK symbol still meant okay, right? So he went to Mexico, and every time someone would talk to him and he couldn't understand them, he would do the OK symbol. And then someone like started telling him like, man, you gotta stop making that hand symbol. And he's like, why? Doesn't it mean okay? Yeah, but he didn't know that the OK symbol has been converted by a fucking joke on 4chan into the white power symbol. So everyone he's talking to in Mexico, he's giving the symbol to. I was like, no, he said it got so bad that people were after him that he couldn't even leave his hotel room anymore because he was afraid that he was going to get shot. So I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't go to Mexico. I don't know. I'll just try and remember not to give the OK symbol to everyone. Now I wonder if we could do that with math, right? We'll be like, algebra actually means white power, so we'll never have to learn algebra again. It's like, ban it from everything. Nah, I used to love algebra when I was in school, but man, I wasn't good at it. I remember one day my math teacher gave us the quadratic formula, and he's like, you gotta use algebra, manipulate it until it equals pi. And he gave it as a contest to the class, because apparently some like Greek scholar, he managed to figure it out that you could use algebra with pi and fucking swap it around until it actually equaled the quadratic formula. So I did it for hours and hours, and I got the answer. I was like, oh my god, I figured it out. So I brought it to the teacher, and he's like, well, you did get the right answer, but he's like, your steps are all wrong. None of these are even real steps. So he's like, you fail. And I was like, oh, come on. It's like, I worked on that for hours and got it to equal it. And he's like, it was still wrong. It's like, how did he know? Maybe with some of those steps were just so good, he didn't know they were working, right? No, is it a squared plus b squared plus c squared over something equals something? Man, it's been so long since I did quadratic equations. Was it SOHCAHTOA? God, I hated SOHCAHTOA with a passion. That's when it really started to get to me. I'm like, man, this math, I'm never going to use it again for the rest of my life. And hey, the math teacher was right. I ended up using it for clone evolution. Who would have guessed? Guess that was worth 8 years of my time. No, I only spent, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, like 2 or 3 hours a day trying to learn quadratic formulas. Like, oh, just in case you become a fucking rocket scientist, you'll need this. It's like, come on guys, maybe we could learn how to do taxes. Yeah, I'm learning how to do my income tax. That'd be great. It's like, I don't know, those quadratic formulas. I'm surprised our government gets away with that, eh? Like hiding all the stuff the kids need to learn and replacing it with completely obsolete information they'll never use in their life. And then making them study it for hours and hours each day. Just like wasting like as much of their time as they can. Hopefully that'll be part of the new golden age. We'll start teaching people proper stuff again. I was thinking it would be mind-blowing if they started teaching like kids like the different food groups and which ones have nutrients and which ones you actually need to eat or you'll get sick and die in different ways. Be like, hey, if you don't eat omega-3s, your hair and teeth are gonna fall out. I'd be like, or if you don't eat vitamin C from fruit like oranges, your fucking teeth and gums will rot out, right? But no, they don't teach that, so I don't know how many fucking kids that I know, as soon as they graduated from elementary school or went off to college or got their first apartments, I know some that became vegan, got really sick, and I know some that went the meat route, meatitarian, I don't know what it's called, carnivore, that's it. Yeah, so then they ended up getting scurvy. I was like, holy fuck, man, like, can't they just teach this in school so that the kids don't have to find out the hard way? I know with women it's an awful one, right? Because if they lose their reproductive cycle while they're fucking young, they only got a small window where they can have kids and have a family. If a guy makes that mistake, it isn't so bad, because really we can have kids in even our 80s, for God's sakes. So it doesn't really matter as much. But I was like, holy, they should really focus on women's classes and teaching them, like, hey, if you become vegan, you're going to severely damage your body. Completely kill any chances you have for having a healthy family. It's not a really nice thing to push on young women, teaching them to be vegans. Well, yeah, I was in the whole part of the Agenda 21. Remember I was talking about how that leaked liberal document seemed really fishy and a lot of that stuff probably isn't even true? Looked up Agenda 21, it's fucking all in there. I was like, what the hell? We didn't need no liberal document to leak this shit. It's already public. That's why I was kind of surprised when everyone's trying to debunk that liberal thing. I was like, what are you debunking exactly? It's like the isolation centers are already in use and being built. Everything that they're saying about taking away our ownership rights and switching over to communism is all in that Agenda 21. They even said they're trying to take red meat away from people, where they don't want people to be able to eat red meat anymore. I was like, holy fuck, man, that's a pretty hardcore agenda they got going there. And they're saying that the answer to it is that they're going to get people to start eating insects because it's more sustainable. So we don't have to kill cows and all that. I was like, dear God, man, I'm not switching to eating fucking crickets or grasshoppers. Like, the crickets trust me. They trust me to let them outside. What am I going to do, start eating them? They'll never trust me again. I just earned their trust. How many episodes did it take for me to earn their trust? And then I'll turn on them and start eating them. Not anything against cultures that do eat insects as like a delicacy or whatever, but still, that's like a delicacy. You wouldn't be eating insects as your primary diet, I don't think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. If some people are eating crickets every day, then just let me know. Maybe it's the next greatest thing and I just don't know it. Hope none of the crickets heard that. I don't know, so what to do today. After I'm finished the show, I guess I'll start finishing off my workout routine. Then, yeah, I can't work on my computer yet because a lot of the parts that arrived today were frozen solid when they got here. I was like, fuck, my hard drive was frozen solid, my monitor was frozen solid. Because we're breaking all the cold records, or cold temperature records in history for Canada. God, I can't even say it. And it's sad because they're tripling our heating bills this year as part of the carbon tax. So can you imagine, we'll be tripling our heating bills while we're breaking all the records for coal. Would you do that? Would you be like, hey, let's sign up for a new tax to like triple our heating bills while you're fucking freezing your ass off, colder than ever in history? Now I really got to do that Ice Age show, and tomorrow's the last day for the expected date for the shipping. So I'm really getting nervous if that book doesn't arrive. Oh man, if that book got lost in transit somewhere, I'll be crying. Well, I won't cry, but it'll be pretty devastating. I usually only cry for happy things. I don't know what it is. I really, when it's like, you can tell when something bad happens, I don't cry. I get really angry. So when happy things occur, that's what makes me sad. It's not really making me sad, it's just making me cry. Alright, so what other clone evolution news was there? Yeah, I think we just covered it. That was the items. Yeah, so tomorrow there's probably some new events coming, and I heard word that it's the casino spins. So we'll see what hero it is. Can you imagine it's Crime Fighter? Oh, I'll be so happy. But maybe it's not Crime Fighter and it's a good thing because I might just be short, barely, of the casino tokens I needed. So if I'm short tokens anyways, I won't be that upset that it's not Crime Fighter. I don't know, can't really, well maybe if it was Hitler I would go for him, but geez. Seems like a waste because I always had Hitler when the game first started. I wish I would have saved him. I'm like, let's get rid of Hitler. Who will need Hitler, right? When has anyone in the past needed Hitler? Just kidding. Oh, I'm still getting my show banned. Sorry guys if it gets banned. I can't help myself. I'm going to be on BitChute soon. I know it. Alright, so anyways, yeah, we got to wrap up the show. We're already at the post mark. Let's read the guild chat. See what we got new for the guild. Oh yeah, that's what there was. We got a new person who joined the guild, so I wanted to give him a shout out. Alright, so Ninja was putting that. Hi everyone. Meet Joe. He's into men. And then Ninja put, oh, alright, Clemeth will join us. Alright, so welcome Seameth or Kemeth. Kyoto says hi. Suki says hi. Alright, Suki has updated the guild announcement. Please have a read. So I'll have to find, where is this guild announcement? Maybe it was somewhere and I already read it and mixed it up. Those numbers means best value. Scroll event can go to 800 points, but it's not worth it. Oh yeah, saving for the better events with more rewards. Wow, thank you, Chief. You are the best. Alright, Ted Bundy's got a question. In the weekly events with those with the pound mean, that means the list of events in this game. Right now we have the bounty event and the infinite fighting ring. Oh, so that must be where something to do with the guild thing. Next week we'll have the casino event. Man, I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. Yeah, he was saying, Ted Bundy, they need more ways to get bullets or fists instead of always buying them with gems. I kind of agree with that. That'd be nice, but at least it makes it a challenge. Alright, it says, welcome Kyoto. Thanks for the update. Yeah, because he joined. That's what I put. What about people who've been inactive? Welcome, Ted. To get bullet, you need to buy it in the store every 3 hours. For the first, you can buy a good merchant in the bounty event. Yeah, the bounty event is where I get the most bullets. Or no. Do I? Yeah, I guess they do give you some in rewards. Alright, the pound is just for saving up. Like 600 means it'll be 600 points to get the best value in that event. Right, so if anyone knows where I can read this guild thing and they want to help specify, that'll be cool. Unless I already read it and I missed it somewhere. Maybe it's in here. Oh, announcement. Yeah, here it is. Weekly event. Scroll 600. Infinite challenge 525. Casino 12. Oh, this is how many you need to complete it. The casino, that's right. I recognize that number. Arena and Tavern, a task event, 150, 35. You had the infinite fight ring and you're supposed to get 500 to get the purple. That's pretty good advice. Scroll event is 600. What does that mean? 600 red scrolls or brown scrolls? I'm a little bit hazy on that, but... Right, so yeah, shit, we're way over the time limit. I better make sure I don't do that once we're up to 4K, or we're going to be going over to 50 gigs an episode. I'm going to be taking my computer and letting it run all day in order to upload shit. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so yeah, that might be the only thing that kills 4K, I guess, will be the upload time. Alright, but I did pay extra money on my internet to get one of the highest upload speeds available until I get fiber optic, and fiber optic cables don't run to our street yet, even though Google is on our street. So I'm hoping that Google will actually upgrade our whole block, because a lot of their employees are going to be living on our street with some fiber optic. Keeping my fingers crossed. Google taking over your city isn't always the worst thing. That's what my next vlog will be. I'll show you how Google is taking over my city. And holy shit, they're buying up all the real estate cheap from all the business owners that lost everything. And it's quite the little bit of interesting coincidence that they're telling people that they can't tell the truth about what's going on with the whole world situation. Meanwhile, they're ripping up, well, taking advantage of the situation, buying up all the real estate dirt cheap and expanding their empire like crazy. So anyways, maybe it's not all bad. We can get some fiber optic internet out of it. You know, I'll get boobs and even faster in HD. Alright, I gotta get my mind out of the gutter, and it's never gonna happen. Did I do the message from the sponsor today? I don't believe I did, so I'll do it quick. Finishing quick is my specialty. Right, today's episode talking about Google at the end is brought to you by Crack! Crack! It'll fuck you up. Woo! Right, went to the wrong screen here. Let's go to the affiliate links. Alright, affiliate links is finally full screen. Right, Patreon if you guys want to help with that. Society 6, Swagbucks, GameKit, Hideout, Bitcoin, Virtual Mate, Sex Machine. It's the one that's for adults only and men, but if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. No, I'm just kidding, unless you're near Toronto. Anyways, if you happen to get, let's see, some of the Institute in your vaporizer and it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. Doesn't happen, you can help with a like, really appreciate it. Take care everyone, have a good one, and just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now everyone. Here's 3 things Google and YouTube say you'll love one. I think they're lying.